So in the last video, we tried to so in the last video we tried to get Miso started. And if you didn't see it, this clip pretty much sums it up. Oh shit. So that entire week was in the negatives. I want to say our lowest point was about negative 15 degrees. So it was very cold. So I'm like 85-90% sure that the cold weather was the reason why Miso wasn't starting. Not because, well, she was broke, just because it was really cold. And I had not optimized my tune whatsoever for cold weather. And just to prove that point, today's high was 50 degrees. Pittsburgh has some really weird weather. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start this up real quick, I think. What was the point of that? Well, to show the fact that it's not as cold as it was the other day, and all I had to do was really crank it for like 15 seconds for it to finally start up. In the time of which has passed since the previous video, since I wasn't actually able to get in the garage that week, which is why we got a Porsche video. Also, I'm sorry about the darkness here. I still don't have the lights installed over there. However, I did get them, so soon the showcase area will be over there, and this is going to be the workspace area. I digress. But like I was saying, I pretty much wasn't able to get in the garage at all. So what I did is I tinkered on my laptop and tried to optimize my, well, cold start settings as best as I possibly could. There is a guy here on YouTube. I'm going to go ahead and throw one of his little videos right here. He does a lot of Mega Squirt, like tuning and instructional videos as far as like settings go. So definitely check him out. But we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go over what it is that I changed in my situation. Because I'm pretty sure once I upload this tune, the Z's not gonna have any problems starting in the cold anymore. But Derek, didn't you just say that it was 50 degrees today? Well, yeah, that was today. That punk-ass groundhog decided there was going to be 6 more weeks of winter, so this is extremely necessary if I want to come here and start this at any point. So let's go ahead, hop in the car, and check out what we got going on. So we're plugged into the car here. We're not quite turned on yet, and that's because I wanted to tell you, since I adjusted the tune on the computer from the house and not here, it's going to be really easy for me to explain to you what it is that we got done. So honestly, this is going to be a real quick video. Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Yeah, whatever. What we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to turn on the car here. And we should get a pop-up telling us about the tune being different on the car versus what's on the computer. Yep. So you can see the difference report here. So you'll see right here, this side is what's already on Mega Squirt. This side is what's on my computer. We went ahead, we changed up the cranking pulse here. We went up to about 400% and scaled that down from where it used to be at around like 320. I'll explain what that is here in a second, mainly because I don't remember and I can't interact with anything here. Cranking pulse. All right, so the cranking pulse is a percentage table that controls the fuel injected when the engine is cranking over. Most engines need 2 to 400%, near 100% when it's hot. So this is something that I went ahead and changed just so it's able to start up better when it's cold, because we've been running into those issues. Second is the warm up enrichment. This is the percent more fuel that it puts in based off of the temperature of the coolant in the car. And this guy here is what we had in the car. It was basically the same values except for it was scaled a lot lower, scaled from the very top to the very bottom, so we have a more consistent percentage over the temperature span. As you can see here on the second one, we have acceleration enrichment. So I'm mainly chalking this up to issues that I had whenever I was driving the car before. I had it set to acceleration pump, which is a carbureted setting. compared to time-based, which is what we have it set to now. So that was just one thing that was in there that I went ahead and changed. In addition to that, time-based acceleration. So the TPS dot. This was the last thing that we changed, and this was the one table that I missed on there. So essentially how it was explained and how I understood it is this bar, the height represents the amount added to the fuel over a percent of your throttle being open. And essentially, since I put 1000 cc injectors on here, we needed to drop that way down. With all those settings changed, we should be able to start the car somewhat easily. Look at that! Granted, it's idling like shit now, but it started right up. And it actually sounds healthy, which is insane. Except for that. I can actually rev it up now without it acting like it wants to die. Alright, we're good. And just like that, we fixed Miso and killed myself. Hold on. Oh my god. So much smoke. Well, I kind of guesstimated all those settings, but I'm glad it actually pretty much worked out. Oh my god. Miso's looking a little more shelf-like every day that goes by here. I am currently working on getting the power steering system figured out and how exactly it is I want to mount it. We're going to go just about here somewhere, and then we're going to run the reservoir up here. We're probably going to swap out our windshield wiper reservoir for something significantly smaller, or just get rid of it for now so that I'm able to run this remote reservoir for the power steering pump. Either that or cut a random fuel door, which would look hilarious because then we would have a fuel door there and then one there. Or technically that would be a fluid door, not a fuel door, but whatever. So that's what I want to do for the power steering, which is what we're going to be doing next. It's going to be that and cleaning up the interior. But honestly, we should probably just get straight to cleaning up the interior now, because I do want to start pulling stuff out of here. And oh, let me show you guys something. Oh shit, it's over there. I have a box. This box is about 4 years old. So back when I got the Z and I got all the other parts, something that I had gotten, because I imagine this would be done for about 3 years now. Something I had gotten and didn't tell anybody because I wanted it to be a surprise was custom seat covers. I don't know why it was so hard to get out the bag. We have custom black leather seat covers with, unfortunately, the old FatalRPM logo embroidered on here, but at least it's a version of it embroidered on there. So we have pretty much the whole interior other than the carpet. So these are full seat cover replacements. It's going to replace both seat cushions, the headrests, the center console, armrest, leather, the shift boot, and the boot for the e-brake. But you can see this is the other seat. They're both there. They're both embroidered. They're both looking beautiful. All the other bits and bobs are in here. I do know that I have a boot sitting around here somewhere because when I first got it, I was missing a piece and I messaged them and it took me like 3 months to get that other piece. So yeah, that's what I want to go ahead and put on the car. So let's go ahead. We need to clean out the inside of this car because honestly right now, the way it's looking is, well, a disaster. I'm pretty sure you've been able to tell that now. So let's go ahead and actually fix this up. So I took this guy and I compared it, and I have 5 bolts here that I want to go ahead and try. I don't know if any of these are going to work, but they're all slightly larger, have different thread pitches. 2 of them are finer, these 2 here, and these 2 are either a little more coarse or the same. And then there's this plug from the engine that I want to go ahead and try real quick, because it looks like it just might barely fit. No. It's the right diameter, it's the wrong thread. So I need a more coarse version of this, which I think this one follows. So I'm gonna try this guy. Worst case scenario, I'll take out the passenger side one. Also the wrong thread pitch. Starts threading, I get like a quarter turn out of this one and it stops. So these are the same. So what I need to do is I need to take out the passenger side one and try it, but that's gonna be a test for another day. All right, and just like that, the Z is cleaned up a little bit. It's clean enough to the point where it's not too nice, because I'm gonna have to tear stuff apart again on the inside, because as you can see, we don't have the body panels in there quite yet. So with all that being said, it's looking a lot less shellfish. We cleaned off the top. I don't know why I say those things. I cannot wait to get working on this interior, finish up the audio, actually put like a sub in it so that the audio's decent at least. I don't need anything big, but I was just looking in there and I'm like, I could technically do dual 12s, but I feel like this cabin's just a bit too small for dual 12s. With that being said, we do have a few more mechanical things that we need to get into that are slightly higher up on the priority list than a subwoofer or audio system. Granted, I do technically have functional audio in there now because I have half of a component system installed compared to what I was running before, which was one paper thin speaker, and that is it. The speakers were not in the back, and the speaker in the driver's side did not function at all. Now I have fully functioning speakers in the front, at least, and it's been like that for a very long time actually. Unfortunately, when I went to do that video, all the footage got corrupted. I have no idea how. But with that being said, I want to thank you guys for watching. Next time we come back to Miso, I want to get started on the power steering. We do have pretty much everything we need to get that done, with maybe the exception of some hardware bits. Other than that, honestly, we should be good to go and all set. The wiring is super simple, it's legit 3 wires. We also need a fuse, and that's pretty much it, but I think I can just run it to the box that's already in the passenger footwell. That might be a bit of an ask, but it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, after that we're going to go back to the bodywork stuff, and honestly we're going to get the car inspected when we can get the car inspected. I still have to weld up the rear fenders. I did get the welding wire for that about a week ago, I want to say. Maybe 2, maybe 3, I don't remember. Not gonna lie to you, I honestly don't remember. As always, I want to thank you guys again for watching. If you did like the video, please do hit the like button down below. And if you haven't already, please do consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon right next to it so you get notified whenever we drop new videos after you click all. If you do want to support me just a little bit more, you can head over to buymeacoffee/FatalRPM and do that little bit more support. I need to get that part nailed down. It feels like it flows into everything else. It's just not quite right. But as always, I want to thank you guys again for watching. Peace out, and I'll see you in the next one.